It's just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go from Uptown Charlotte. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. For Marshall, that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 2nd and a couple, Wilson escaping the pressure right. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. Touchdown, Panthers. Ian Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Steps, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Yetur Gross-Matos. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard. Ball at the 8 here for second and a yard, maybe a touch less. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. They showed a little athletic juke, but then the daylight quickly closed. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's third and goal. McCaffrey is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Now, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, it looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
That's complete to Mooney.
Fields pass complete to Darnell Mooney. It's a gain of 6. And the Rams first down.
Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
It'll be real interesting to take a look at this play later, because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because he didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was tackled in the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, that means they read it fast and diagnosed it and knocked them down in a hurry.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Fields. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. They snap it to Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. They go play action with Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play that time on a catch and run. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulky.
And he will take it across for the Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gonzalez to add the PAT. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Back to throw. Fields eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. From the gun, here's Fields. Flush to his right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game. That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. 64 yards rushing for him as he's been tough to stop here in this first half. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. There's Tremble, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 36.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Terrace Marshall, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers continue to pull away here in this first half. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
To throw is Fields. Flushed out right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Tough end to that play. He had his eyes on that first down marker, but he lost his luggage along the way.
Left it behind, so to speak. I like your analogy there, but here's the key. As he's maneuvering, as he's picking up the first down, as he's gaining yardage, what's the one thing he forgot about?
Ball security.
Exactly. Everything else working perfectly, and he forgot the most important piece.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
A run with a fullback. It's Ben Mason.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And that's tough duty for a strong safety because truly he's a hybrid-type player. A pass defender, which makes him more of a defensive back, but really his tackling ability is like a linebacker. So they don't mind coming up and taking those guys on, but that's a tough task there, taking on the big fella.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
The backup, Newton. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now Mason. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
They're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. His 17th touchdown now on the season.
And the Panthers open the lead up to 34-0.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Let's see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point.
The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Now Fields.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again.
And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
Here's Fields.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. He's got a man. Complete. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, L.A.
Cam Akers
with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Rams do gain a bit of respectability.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Cam's going to run the option right. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will bring it back. It's an interception returned for a Rams touchdown. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option. But let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Gay is on for the point after. It's good, and it's now 35-14.
Next to score, Panthers 35, Rams 14.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. Flush to his right. And he'll find Hall. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Carolina!
Christian McCaffrey, a guy that can beat you in so many ways. He's a threat to go the distance literally every time he touches the football.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The Rams on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Malik McDowell able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. This is taken at the 18. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's got room. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Christian McCaffrey
with another touchdown, number 24 on the year.
And the Panthers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On first down, it's Fields. That's out to the flat for Akers. Gets around him, and he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for L.A.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Out of the gun, Fields. Being chased out left. And fights through one man. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. 2nd down and 8. Fields. He'll dump this off to Akers. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They'll run on 1st down. Akers. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And Akers, he is not going to get there. They mark him short of the 1st. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Gay's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
Hubbard has the first down and then some.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
42 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
They'll run with Hubbard.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass, you don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield. But he's playing run all the way here.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Mason pushes him over. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Shift. 25. Check 25.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Well, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys are just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Carolina, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for L.A., they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.